Yet again, another character killed. When will I show up? I wonder. Well, what do you think about this chapter, Cone?
Once again, what is your problem, Kubo? No cone? No cone? Really? Really? You kill off one of the most awesome captains, and then you have no cone. First Yamamoto, now him. What is your problem, Kubo? When will you stop? It was a great chapter. I'll admit, it was a great chapter, but no cone. Put me in the chapters, Kubo. God damn it!
Wow. Yet again, another solid chapter of Bleach 513. Kubo is at it again. Man. For starters, I want to talk about the overall artistic aspects of the chapter. Kubo knows he has incredible artwork. He knows it, and he chooses to flex his art muscles, so to speak. And if you notice in this particular chapter, it's a very quick read because it's less on dialogue and more so heavy on the art and, the drawings and whatnot. And by the way, beautifully done, might I add. But that's what really Kubo, I think, people don't understand, is that Kubo more so likes to tell his story through his art and less through the dialogue, and this chapter is no exception. It definitely just displays that. So it's a very quick read, but it's just beautiful to gaze at. Like, the art is truly remarkable, especially with 513. So a couple things to talk about. First of all, seemingly Byakuya is indeed done dead. Kubo kept him alive just so that somebody can trust Ichigo. We needed somebody to meet up with Ichigo when he showed up, and basically he's done because after a couple pages, Zenban Sakura disappears and starts, disintegrating. Wow. If this is truly the end, because I said this once before, and, he seemingly was still around, but if this is truly the end, R.I.P. to one of the greats, Byakuya, fan favorite. Kubo doesn't care anymore. He's not holding back anymore. He's killing characters left and right, and, gotta give him props. Like, he's doing whatever he wants at the end. This is his final arc. Another thing very noteworthy in this chapter, Juha Bach is asked by Ichigo, "Are you the leader of the enemy?" And at first he snubs it off, enemy, because he thinks he's in the right, and he thinks, I guess, maybe he looks at Ichigo as a comrade, and I'll get to that in a minute. But he says yes and no, which supports even further my theory of somebody even higher up. And he's pretty much like the president. Like, he's a figurehead. He's strong as hell, but I definitely say there's somebody above him or equal to him. And probably, once again, Ryuken. I keep harping on that every review, but we'll see what happens with that. And that was very interesting and noteworthy, I guess you could say. And then, oh man, Kubo throws it in there. And it's crazy because Ichigo comes and you think it's just going to be slaughterhouse up in there. But Juha Bach is strong as hell. Ichigo comes in, gets Getsuga Tensho, and Juha Bach just grabs right through the Getsuga Tensho, seemingly. His hand goes through it and just grabs the Zanpakuto and just like flips Ichigo and stabs him in the neck, seemingly. He did something to knock him unconscious. He's like, oh, but he's still alive. Or not knock him unconscious, but, just it seems as though he stabbed him in the neck or something. I don't think he, put it all the way in or something, but he said, oh, he's still alive. So that means he did poke him at least in the neck with the Zanpakuto. Juha Bach for the win, man. He's like, we're going to take him and we're going to recruit him. And that, again, leads to more suspicions. But then at the end, the thing that really, got me, and I really wish I had did a video that I had planned for a long time about Ichigo's heritage, which I will definitely get it out probably within the next week now that this happened, is basically at the end of the chapter, we get Blood Veine. And if you don't know what that is, that's a Quincy technique. Ichigo uses that at the end, seemingly. So Ichigo's a Quincy, and that's probably what Aizen was about to say at the end. Remember when Aizen was cut off, and I think that was Ichigo's father that cut him off or something? That's what he was going to say, that Ichigo's part Quincy and part Shinigami. Craziness, and I definitely want to make a video going further in depth with that. Overall, quite a bit of revelations, but at the same time, Kubo does it so artistically because he tells it through his drawings for the most part. We get dialogue here and there, but he tells it through his drawings, and that's something really awesome. In this chapter, it really impressed me a lot how Kubo really went in. We got gore, we got fighting, we got a death, we got just a lot of unpredictability. Kubo really did it again with 513. Another phenomenal chapter, and just something really interesting and a lot more to talk about now, because now seemingly Ichigo is a Quincy heritage, or at the very least he knows how to do a Quincy move, because Blood Veine, I believe that increases your attack and defense. So that's going to be interesting to see where this leads and whatnot, and if that was indeed what Aizen was going to say. So overall, great chapter. I give it a 10 out of 10 because it was done artistically. Yes, it's a quick read, but that's because it was done through drawings, and that's something I respect with Kubo, that he can really tell the story through his art. Let me know what you think. First of all, what did Juha Bach mean? Did he mean that he's a figurehead? Is there a equal leader with him when he answered that question? And Ichigo's heritage, is he a full Quincy? Was his mom a Quincy? Does he know Quincy techniques simply? Or, what does that mean, that ending? Kubo really left us with one to think about for a week. Can't wait for the next one. Really good chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for the phenomenalness of Kubo's artwork, because he really went in with this chapter 513. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.